Hey, Core Gang. That's your name for the second week in a row now. I'm starting a thing. So just let it breathe, let it marinate, and let's keep going with that, Core Gang. Welcome to episode 59. Who's a famous athlete who wore 59? We do that every episode. We'll try to think of an athlete.
Oh, wow.
Who wore the number?
59. That's niche.
That's such a linebacker number
That's
in football.
up there.
59? Oh, Tyler Bertuzzi, NHL player, played for the Leafs.
Tyler Bertuzzi? Not Todd Bertuzzi.
No, he was 44.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago we did that one.
Oh, okay.
Who else was 59? Well, I got one, so I guess it's good enough.
That's very impressive to me that you got anyone at all. I'm mostly soccer, so most of the time the numbers don't really get up that high.
No, I was going to say there's no way there's been a 59 in soccer.
There's probably somebody who plays for the reserves or something like that. Usually they have those numbers.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is it like a practice number too? Also like a practice jersey number?
Well, it's usually you have the starting 11. The main squad is will it be up to 22 or something like that? And then once you get into the deep depth players who are on the under 23s or whatever,
okay,
they'll have those high up numbers.
So one of those players, Editor Ben, let's put a picture of that player in. That episode of Birdcore. Welcome to Birdcore. Sorry, I'm so nervous. Welcome to Birdcore. Stupid idiot! Stupid!
I mean, old people piss their bed all the time. I piss my bed all the time.
You're pissing right now.
My flesh prison needs more inmates.
Have you been hitting the cream?
This isn't violent.
You're being sold for $14.
Now I might be actually baptized next week.
Oh, dude, it's the Ozempic commercial. Beep-a-dee-ba-ba-beep-boop-bee. Beep-a-dee-ba-ba-beep-bo.
Did you get the cowboy butter?
I will inflict you on the sentence. I will inflict on you this... Sorry, I can't read.
That's our meditative intro.
Wow.
With a few other voices. I used to host this show with a few of my buddies.
Oh.
And I haven't changed the intro since they left the show.
It's cool to get to hear the intro. I feel like a lot of podcasts that I do, I don't even get to hear the sounds of the intro or anything like that.
Yeah, dude. Well, we also got all that stuff too. Yeah. Yeah, well, I feel like most podcasts you do that I've seen, I don't think you've worn headphones for some of them at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Stop Podcasting Yourself, I wore headphones for that one, but for Pete Holmes, no headphones. For the Pete Holmes podcast, that was the most recent podcast that I did. Dream come true to be on it. But also, it was an incredibly surreal experience because I show up to the house. It's basically a house in LA, and there's a gate. And I'm like, am I at the right place? I don't know, checking my phone, and then I hear Pete go, Alistair. From Alistair Ogden. And then he opens the door to the gate and takes me into the studio space that they've made out of the sort of laneway house, I guess. And he just starts recording immediately. He doesn't say, he just says my name a few times and was like, great to see you, and gave me a hug. And then we just started recording immediately. So if you go watch that podcast, it's literally, those are almost the first words I've said to him at all.
Yeah, I noticed that. It started and I was like, Alistair's not there. And then you walked in the room. I'm like, oh, it's one of those podcasts.
Yeah. Which he didn't mention that exactly. I kind of knew because I know that it's that type of podcast, but it's still, it's hard to be used to it. You can't really prepare for that.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Yes. And going into a gated area too. You had to bike across the city and share an elevator with 15 people getting here probably. Much different experience, right? Folks, well, if you're listening to the show, you'll notice that there is another male voice here, and you just heard Sham's little giggle, so she's here as well. But if you're watching, you'll notice that we have a guest this evening. I think we're 3 weeks in a row now with an evening recording, which I'm starting to like. But the 5:30 coffee, we'll see how that holds for sleeping later on. But the nighttime recordings are a lot of fun because we have the fun pink lights. But today's guest, my friends, is a stand-up comedian, content creator, actor. He's been scouted 3 times to model, but is still working on his signature pose. He hates being called Buddy. He won CBC's Next Up competition in 2019 and has performed at Just for Laughs, Toronto Sketchfest, Canada's Got Talent, and Halifax Comedy Festival. He was on JFL New Faces in 2025, and his most recent comedy specials, Boyfriend Material and Don't Tell Comedy, are out now on YouTube. He's currently touring with shows all over Canada, and he's going to be in Waterloo. He's going to be in other places. He's going to be in Montreal at Just for Laughs I think a few days before this episode airs. So for those of you time travelers out there, go get those tickets. He's the only person in the world with his name, at least we think up until this point.
Certainly, only person with my full name.
Yes, of course. Yes, which we can actually get into after.
Yeah,
we watch your special.
I don't know if I ever said. Yeah, Alistair Dickerson Ogden. That's my full name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm certainly the only person with that name in the world. Maybe ever.
Probably, yeah. Well, with that being said, welcome to the show, Alistair Dickerson Ogden.
Thank you for having me.
It's the and the in, and I flipped them.
You said Alistair Dickinson Ogden?
Alistair Dickerson?
Alistair Dickerson
Ogden. You'd definitely be the only person in the world with that name. That's a guarantee. Sure. Yeah, man, thank you for coming.
What's your middle name?
Oh, Alexander.
Alexander.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually what Alistair is the Scottish version of Alexander.
Really?
Yeah. Leader of men.
What's the Scottish version of Shamim?
Well, my brother has a Scottish name that is Hamish.
Ooh.
So similar.
Same letters just mixed up a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's my name.
One time on this show, we had a listener who was pregnant, and we were like, oh, can we try to guess what the baby's name is going to be, or can we pick the baby's name? And Kit was like, she should name it Seamus. And the next week she was like, that was already what I had picked to name the baby.
Whoa.
Which is such a one in I don't know, however many billion. It's such a rare name, I think.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So Kit's a fortune teller now, actually.
Cool.
He does tarot card readings and all that stuff.
I love that. Yeah. I would love, okay, this is a fun story, actually. I got a DM. The last time that I did a show in Vancouver was at UBC on April 1st with the UBC Comedy Club. It was a great show. And it was sort of people from the university there, and then also just some general public. And so I'm trying to sell tickets and stuff, and I get a DM from this person, and they go, yeah, we want to come to your show, but we're busy now because after your last show, which had been in December, they go, after your last show, we got a little giggly and we didn't use a condom, and now we're expecting.
Oh my God. Are they going to name it?
That's why I was like, well, you kind of got to name it Alistair now, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
That's iconic.
I gave him free tickets. And yeah.
Wow. So I guess if you're ever
Giggly?
If you ever want free tickets to an Alistair show, all you have to do is have a child.
Easy.
Or I guess for some people, if you're you want to get active in the bedroom, just go to one of your shows.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll stand by that. I'm happy with that. Yeah.
That's a good rep to have.
Puts people in a good mood.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
They feel closer together. If people feel close to each other, intimate, they feel intimate after my shows, I guess.
Well, we were watching your special last night, and one of your jokes was about how, you were talking to a gentleman, and we're like, have you been called daddy? Or have you called to the wife, have you called him daddy in the bedroom? And then you made a point of saying, well, now anytime anyone uses daddy in the bedroom, you'll think of me. Yeah.
I haven't told that joke in a while, but yeah, that was one I was really proud of. I've told that a bunch of times too. So at least for a period, maybe it wore off. I don't know how long I stick in people's brains, but for a while, I'd say there was maybe 100 guys out there who, if they were called daddy in the bedroom, then they would be thinking of me.
They'd let out a little giggle, because I remember that.
A little giggle or a little scoff or whatever, depending on how homophobic they are.
True. So you were just in New York. You literally got back today.
I did this morning, yeah.
Thank you for venturing out here after
I don't know, after 8 days.
Yeah, 8 days in New York.
You should be sleeping.
Yeah, I guess it is the city that never sleeps. I was sleeping there, but not very much. It's hard to sleep for very long in New York. Yeah.
And is that because you're doing a bunch of shows?
I was doing some shows, and then I was just hanging out with friends, and just the city just does have a sort of kinetic energy that makes it difficult to go to bed at any reasonable hour. And then you just want to wake up, and you're like, oh, stuff's going on. I gotta wake up and go get a coffee. And I wasn't really working myself to the bone while I was there. I just my writing partner Max is there, so we were doing some writing and brainstorming and stuff for videos, and then I had my show there at Sesh Comedy on Saturday. That was fun. And then me and my girlfriend, she came with me kind of last minute on the trip. So the first part of the trip was just like us hanging out and having fun and stuff.
Well, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good time. We were talking about wanting to go to New York as well, actually.
Yeah,
But
I really do want to go there, but nothing has gotten me there yet. I went when I was like in grade 8 or something, or grade 9. So I don't remember it much, but I definitely want to go back.
Yeah, very different experience as an adult, I'll
Yeah,
say. I went there
bet.
when I was 13 as well. My mom did the marathon when I was 13.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
So we went, but yeah, it's I mean, it's an overwhelming city. Even if you've been there a few times, it's a very overwhelming. But as a kid as well, you're just kind of like swept up in it. You don't really, there's too much going on to really process it all.
Just go to the M&M store. That's my memory of when I was 12 in New York.
I went to the Cake Boss store, and we were super touristy with it. We went on the hop on, hop off buses, and yeah, it was a good time. But like you said, like I'm with my family, so there's only so much you could do, and I feel like it will be very different to go there alone or like with Sam and having free will.
Yeah.
And my own money.
Totally.
We'll see what happens.
My favorite thing to do in any city is, because it's like, yeah, everybody kind of does the tourist stuff, but if I can at least have just like one friend there and then go do stuff with them, then you just get a lot more in-depth feeling for what the city is like. And now, you know, and especially just doing stand-up, you get to experience the city in such a bizarre way. One of the shows that I did was in a Tai Chi studio, like right beside Times Square.
Really?
Yeah. Which I told them on stage, I didn't even know people did Tai Chi in studios, let alone one at Times Square. Yeah. But yeah, they do it indoors too.
Cool.
And the ethos or the mentality was that if you can meditate in even the most stimulating places, then you can meditate anywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Was there a class going on as you were doing your set?
No, it was everybody was in the studio for the stand-up show. So
Right.
Oh, so it was like the use of the space.
yeah.
Okay.
It'd be pretty cool if there was a class going on and you're walking through the crowd kind of thing with people, you know.
Yeah, no, I was going to say I've been seeing that a lot more lately, of just like spaces morphing into something else at night, like the Glasses Shop on Queen Street.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they have like once a month they have a comedy show.
Yeah, Bailey Nelson on Queen Street East.
Is it Bailey or is it Ollie Quinn?
Or
no,
Ollie
it's Ollie Quinn.
Yeah,
Maybe
Ollie
that.
Quinn. I used to run a show in Ollie Quinn in Victoria, which I think
so
is
it's a thing that they
it's
do.
the best Ollie Quinn location you can imagine. The one
Really?
in Victoria and Market Square. I love it there. Yeah,
That's so funny.
I would
thought it was
keep doing shows there, except you have to bring in all your own chairs and sound equipment and everything. So it's a lot of work.
Interesting. Yeah, we walked by a few times, and I'm always like, Sam, look. So I find it, like, you know, it's a good way to make a space. So is that like in partnership with the actual brand, or is it more just like you can take our shop for the night?
Sort of depends on the situation. I think with Ollie Quinn, they just have like a sort of initiative as a company where they want to have what they call activations in their spaces and stuff. So, yeah. And then other places they try to market it as an event space and cost a lot more money and stuff. But Ollie Quinn are super supportive, at least any of the times I've dealt with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did that show on Queen Street once. It was fun.
No way. Okay.
Right next to Ed's Real Scoop. Go get some ice cream right after.
Yeah, exactly.
So you did stand up in a Tai Chi studio. Did you? And we were talking a little bit before we started rolling here, but you were there, like kind of just before the weather turned, right?
Yeah.
Like so, all the Toronto air it was like Dune here.
Yeah.
It was like Dune, or it was like the Rio de Janeiro filter on the city.
It was like that in New York last night. Yeah.
So some people in New York, I'm sure, are going through that. Plus the whole parasite outbreak.
Yeah.
Did you get the parasite while you were there?
Knock on wood, I have not gotten the parasite. I did go get a smoothie at one point, and they said we have no fruit or vegetables.
Wait, what's this
So I just
parasite talk? There was a parasite?
Yeah, there's a parasite, and it's on like leafy greens and berries and stuff, and it gives you really explosive diarrhea.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're having a lettuce berry salad for dinner tonight, so that's good.
It's incredibly dystopian time of year, and it feels like it all happens pretty suddenly. And I'm not doing myself any favors. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and watching YouTube videos about AI data centers.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that a whole massive thing right now? People are saying, like, stop funding data centers and whatnot.
Yeah, it's really fascinating because it's very hard to get to the bottom economically of why people are there's the sort of seems like rich people and stuff are very intent on building data centers, like no matter what, as if they're like a fundamental resource. And then the general public is very anti-data center. I don't know any regular person who's like, oh, I really want a data center.
Yeah.
You know, I think at best people are like, well, maybe it would be useful to have, but like they are really bad for the environment. And also, I don't think the benefits outweigh the costs at all, really, from what I can understand. It's like, oh, shouldn't we just use less AI? Wouldn't that be nice? Do we have to use all of that? It doesn't seem like it. I don't think so. You know,
sometimes I wish we could go back to a time, even like before AI, even before like phones, just playing road hockey like in the streets with my friends, kind of thing.
Yeah,
biking till the sun goes down.
Yeah, people act like it's just this inevitable thing that we have to use, you know, and it's like, you really don't. I don't think so. It's being forced on everything. You keep getting the Apple summaries, you know, the Apple Intelligence. I just turned that off because I turned it off before, and then I got a software update, and then it turned it on again, right. And like, all the AI, you know, Google stuff, the Google summaries and all that. I'm trying to turn that. If you put -AI at the end of your Google search, then it stops doing that. But
oh, really?
But I think they've pretty much nuked the actual, like the basic Google search so much that you almost rely on the AI summaries now.
Yeah, at this point, I'm kind of, when it says the AI overview, that's the first thing I read.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, stuff like that is useful, but it's mostly useful because the actual Google search has become so bad. It used to be very useful, and then because of, I don't know, SEO, and because of Google not really focusing on the right things, it seems like their Google search is pretty awful now. I would love if somebody has an alternative, like some kind of cool alt internet search browser. That'd be great. Would love.
Feels like the dark web, maybe.
I think my roommate uses Bing sometimes, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, Bing. There's Yahoo's another one.
Yahoo's still going.
Yeah. What else is there, Sham? Like, I'm sure I've had some viruses where it's like, you know, chicken.org, and that's my.
Wait, what?
There used to be Ask Jeeves.
Oh, I never heard of that one.
Yes.
Ask Jeeves. It was like a guy, little butler guy.
Really?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was kind of pre-Google, I think. Or maybe around the same time when they're competing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the good old days.
Yeah.
The days of LimeWire. You ever use LimeWire to download music?
Yeah. Yeah. LimeWire was great. Pirate Bay.
Yeah. I think, is everything that we're just spewing right now like encouraging illegal activity on the internet?
You know, this is one thing to go down the data center rabbit hole. In the States, they're making it a terrorist offense to damage a data center.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
To like, if you throw a brick at a data center, then you can go to jail for like 70 years.
Jesus.
Which feels so ominous. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah. So
that's messed up.
Are you glad that you're kind of like building your career and your life in Canada as opposed to the States then? Just like...
I mean, Canada's doing a lot of data center stuff too that's very shady. Like Alberta just announced a big deal to have a bunch of data centers and stuff. So yeah, it's not looking great. But mostly I'm glad that I have a career where I don't rely on AI at all. It's very antithetical to AI, doing stand-up comedy, doing writing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's literally like a job that just relies on human communication. There's no way around it, you know.
Can it help you with like creating beats though, or like potential punchlines or different like tones or avenues when you're writing your material, or is it really just you should be writing your own stuff and not relying on that?
That's the thing about AI is it could do that, but I enjoy the process, you know. I'm not doing stand-up just to be on stage telling jokes. Like, I really enjoy the fun of it is coming up with a new joke, you know? So I think that's the thing that people fundamentally don't understand with AI creating art is that they just focus on the product as if art is just like a capitalist product-based thing. It's like the whole point of doing art is so that you are making the thing, you know? The final product is like, oh, okay, that's done, that's nice, but the making of it is the thing that any real artist enjoys, you know? It's like we could just have this podcast made by AI, but we want to talk to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sip real coffee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at what point did you realize like because now you're doing stand up full time.
Yeah.
I understand like you had a few other gigs earlier. Like I know you worked at a cafe way back. You were a tour guide as well when you got to Toronto, correct?
Yes.
And you worked in social media marketing.
Yep.
At what point like did you realize, okay, I can probably just do stand up full time now?
I mean, it's always an ongoing battle. I've never, the whole time I've been doing it, I've never felt like fully comfortable, like, oh, this is going to be my job forever. I felt very lucky because I'll just get a gig that will pay my rent for a few months, and then hopefully another gig that'll pay like, it'll all cobble together and make sense. I mean, yeah, it's a very delicate place to be in where I'm at. You know, I'm selling like enough tickets in some markets to pay my rent for a few months, and then other places I'll go and I'm just like breaking even on the trip or even losing money on the trip. So yeah, it's but I also wasn't the one who made the decision to go full-time comedy. I got fired from my last job, so which I think is important. Hassan Phils has a joke about anybody who's never been fired is a coward. He's like, you got to get severance. That's the thing. Get severance if you just resign, you know. But then you don't get that. But yeah, it's I mean, it's always tough because you're like, there's no way to do stand up full time and also have a full time day job. I don't think. Maybe some people do that. My brain can't handle it. Yeah. I just wasn't doing that good of a job at the last day job, and then they called me and told me I was fired, and then which actually worked out because I had a tour planned that I hadn't asked for the time off for. So
there you go, kind of a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And how do you find that those jobs that you worked before kind of helped you, if they did, sharpen your stand-up craft? Like I can imagine that being a tour guide is a good opportunity to practice that, and maybe you like insert little, you know, bits and whatnot.
The most valuable part of being a tour guide, I will say, is it teaches you how to be comfortable bombing for an entire hour. Because I was doing tours on boats, city cruises, shout out, in Toronto, and we'd go for a big loop around the harbor. And you're just kind of pointing at buildings and landmarks and telling little facts and stuff, and you insert little jokes here and there, but oftentimes a bunch of the people are not listening to you at all. Often sometimes there were whole tour groups. There's a whole group of like Quebecois tourists. There's a whole group of Chinese tourists, and they just don't understand a single word of English. With the Quebecois, they're like actively mad that you're speaking English in the first place. So, yeah, mostly it just teaches you to be comfortable talking into a mic while no one's really paying attention to you, and trying to just focus on the people who are paying attention to you and just perform to them. And just mic technique and stuff like that. There's all these little things that people do when they haven't had that much experience holding a mic on stage that you really just can't get rid. It's like with acting. Yeah. Everybody has their little tics and things that they do. Where when you see yourself over time, you go, oh, okay, I'm rolling my eyes a bunch, or I'm like doing something with my mouth over and over again. People do that with mics too. If you're ever like, is someone new to comedy? Like, it doesn't necessarily matter how funny they are. If they're new to comedy, usually they're wrapping the mic cord around their hand, or they're like holding the mic kind of strangely, or they're not fully speaking to the mic. Or one thing that new comics will do that's like sort of adorable. It's a very sort of comedy class thing. Is somebody will tell a joke and then they'll put the mic away from their. Oh, really? They go like that. Yeah, they go, and then she said what? And then as if to like give it to they're not. It's just like a subconscious thing, but people will move the mic away from their face.
Really?
Yeah.
I took a stand-up class actually at Second City. I wonder if I like subconsciously did the same thing. Like,
there's all these little things that people do. Yeah. If you just, it's like you can be really funny, but there's just little things like that subconsciously the audience will pick up on, where it's like, oh, they're still relatively new, you know?
Yeah. That's
one thing that's lovely about stand-up, is that like it really rewards the practice, you know? You can when somebody has been doing stand-up, like I love going to New York because you'll see comics who've been doing stand-up every night for like 30 years. And they just have this precision and this power that you just can't fake, you know? you're just like, oh my God, that's what happens when you get to do comedy for like decades.
Yeah,
just get really, really good.
The comfortability and like all that's like, I guess everything from the body language to the way they're speaking to how they're like engaging with the audience kind of thing.
Yeah,
I guess it's
exactly,
a lot of different factors, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's important too, because it's like, it's very easy with comedy to hit a wall of bitterness at some point. But if you can avoid that and just genuinely keep enjoying the act of doing stand up and stuff and keep growing, then yeah, there's just some really, really fantastic. Like my first person coming to mind is Jessica Curson. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. She's just phenomenal. There's a lot of people doing like crowd work clips and stuff, but she's just so good at it and just so like powerful on stage is the way I would describe her. You know, you're just very captivating to watch. Very, very funny. Yeah. So
is she one of your like? I guess if you have inspirations in the stand-up game, would she be one of yours, or do you just appreciate
so many?
her craft?
I think it kind of rotates. It rotates for me who I'm inspired by in terms of comedy. Like the thing I told Pete Holmes when I opened for him last year is I said that he's the comic that I come back to whenever I want to remember what I enjoy about stand-up.
Oh,
yeah, because that's the truth of it. I'm not like constantly keeping up with like what is all the new things that he's doing, but I use his albums and his specials like sort of touchstones of being like, oh, that's the type of joke that I want to write, because he has a very positive way of doing stand-up. He'll take a premise and be like, this is what I love about this is what I enjoy about this is how you found like the whimsy and wonder in the world and stuff like that. And I really like that. And then you kind of vary it up and watch all the different styles of comedy. Like the sort of inverse of that would be someone like Robbie Hoffman. So funny, but incredibly negative. Okay. She's always like, this sucks and this is terrible, or not always, but like that's generally how her premises are. Still really, really funny. But yeah.
A lot of yours I feel might be like rooted in like there's a lot of like self-deprecating almost in your style.
Yeah, totally.
And is that kind of the voice that you are like, okay, this works for me, so I'm just going to keep it in this lane? Or are you always trying to also try different styles?
I think I know that works, especially with audiences that don't know me particularly well, is just because of the way that I look. People just want to see me taken down a peg, you know? You can't come on stage looking like me, being 6'2", and then be like, everything's amazing for me. People will be like, F off. You know? But I also do like playing around with the premise and like saying, because I think that a lot of people have really like overly self-deprecating jokes, especially about, you know, oh, I'm like a straight white guy. Sorry. You know, anytime I talk about my identity on stage, I go, yeah, it's like awesome. I wish you guys could all have it for a minute, you know. That's kind of I'm like, it shouldn't feel like, oh, I have to bring myself down. It's like, hopefully I just bring everybody else up, or at least, you know, show them that I'm on the same wavelength as them. Yeah.
And on Pete's podcast, you guys were talking a bit about how well, you were talking, there was actually a few things that I wanted to like mention in particular. The first one being like the art of like crowd work a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think he was saying that he was like, he had done no crowd work for a really long time, but then there's actually like crowd work is it's useful in a sense because you kind of just get to improv for fun. Yeah. And it's also breaking a bit of a barrier, is it not, between you and the audience, where like I think the wording that you guys used was, you don't want it to feel like the audience is sitting there like watching a movie. You know what I mean? Where they can actually be in it and stuff like that, and their opinion matters in a way. Like
yeah. I think that's one thing I've been trying to figure out how to get across with like the marketing for my shows. Is that I think there's this real, it's not even a misconception. It's just like a thing that people associate with comedy shows, as if they're gonna go there and it's like it's a dangerous thing. They're like, oh, we better not sit in the front. He's going to get us, you know? And that is not my attitude at all when I'm on stage. I tell people in the crowd, like, when I talk to you, I am just trying to talk to you the way that I would talk to a friend. unless someone is being actively antagonistic to me, I'm not trying to trick you or trap you or do anything like that. It's genuinely like riffing with friends. That's how I want it to feel, you know? And so when people come to shows, I'm like, the more people that come, the more like diversity of thought and feelings and like the different types of people that we have in the audience, like it'll be like a nice, you know, more laughs and everything, but also it's like, oh, when I ask the audience questions, then we have like a lot of different responses and stories to hear and stuff like that. So yeah, that, and also I don't go into debt paying for flights.
Yeah, that's true. And you take, well, that's also partly because you take the airlines that are so like, you know, you take the Spirit Air. I've been trying to take second cheapest flights lately. Okay.
Which is an unbelievable jump in terms of quality.
Really? Like a few hundred we're talking?
Going from Flair to Porter is incredible. Yeah. Can't recommend it enough. It probably costs me maybe a couple grand a year or something like that, but it is completely worth it. And Flair has just been stressing me out too much. Although Porter did have to delay me and my girlfriend's flight to New York by 9 hours. It was like there was a storm in Newark, and then there was a storm in Toronto, and then there was a storm in Newark, and like so they just couldn't take off, and then they weren't allowed to take off because they wouldn't be able to land, and then I wish they just told us it was like, oh, this is how long the delay could be.
Yeah.
But they just told us every hour, so we're just hanging out at the airport, losing our minds.
I remember coming home from a trip to Cuba with my like family and my like stepdad and his kids and whatnot, and we took off from Cuba. Like, it's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And then I think on our way to Montreal, it was like a 4 or 5 hour flight. I think about an hour before we got to Montreal, they're like,
there's a massive storm in Montreal right now. We're going to need to stay up in the air a little bit and delay our landing. Thank you.
And it was like we had to just kind of circle in the air for a good 45 minutes to an hour above Montreal because there was like, you couldn't see the damn runway because of the snow. So I kind of would have rathered them be like, hey, there might be a deadly snowstorm in Montreal, so we're just going to keep you in the hot Cuban sun for a bit and, you know, enjoy a few drinks on us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would have been a much better approach than, okay, well, I'm going to die with my mom, my sister, my brother. So at least, my poor dad, well, what's he going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder where they would have put you if they couldn't land in Montreal, like what the backup would be.
Maybe Ottawa?
If there's a storm in Montreal, presumably there's probably also one in Ottawa.
That's true, yeah. Well, if anything, maybe further out east, or just send us to like Portugal. I don't care. You know what, folks? You're coming from the sun. We're just going to send you back to the sun. You know? Actually, we're going to Portugal in September.
Are you?
Yeah. Have you been to Portugal?
I've been many times.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you done shows there, or are you gone to vacation?
My grandparents lived there. Well, my grandma still lives there, and my aunt and my cousin now. But yeah.
Where?
Near Sintra.
Sintra.
Little town called Colarish.
Are we going to be near there?
We won't be.
Oh.
We might be. I mean, we're doing like Porto, Lisbon, and then
the Algarve.
Albufeira. Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of an hour outside of Lisbon, basically.
Okay.
Sintra is a very touristy place. There's like beautiful castles up in the mountains and stuff. So people go out there. There's a train that goes out there. I mean, it's funny. Like, I think whenever we visited there, my grandparents made it seem like the train was super scary and stuff. But I've taken it a couple times now.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be taking the train.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was either train or Flixbus. But like, I don't know.
We're not sure about the Flixbus, but
I mean, that's my grandparents pretty conservative, Swedish and English couple out, and so they classic expat behavior where like public transit is really dangerous. It's really dangerous. You don't know who's on there.
That's so nice that they live there.
It's a beautiful place to go. We'd go every 2 or 3 years growing up.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Wow. Would you say, I know you're a big soccer fan, big fan of footy. Would you say Portugal is a team that, or at least like maybe Ronaldo is someone that you
was obsessed with Ronaldo growing up. Don't love him so much anymore. That's the case with a lot of childhood heroes, is once you sort of, I mean, it's just hard. I think I talked about AI data centers earlier and stuff. You know, I can tell I'm pretty left wing, and Ronaldo is ultimately a billionaire who lives in Saudi Arabia and has various allegations. So
yeah.
Oh, I could see how the love and appreciation for him has maybe dwindled.
Yeah. But it was still fun watching Portugal in the World Cup. Yeah.
So who's your team though?
In the World Cup?
Yeah.
Well, Canada was number one.
Yeah.
And then England.
Yeah.
RIP.
It was almost coming home.
Almost coming
It
home.
It was almost coming home.
It was just about there.
My Instagram feed has just been tactical breakdowns of all the mistakes that Thomas Tuchel made as coach. So
Dang. And
yeah.
are you seeing a lot of also people saying that Argentina is being favored? Vargentina, VAR Argentina. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah, there's definitely been some moments. I think really what it is that Argentina they've really found the sweet spot of being a team who knows how to play dirty and also knows how to win fouls. In the World Cup, you are not rewarded at all for being admirable in taking a challenge. You know, there's one moment I saw in the England and Argentina game where one of the Argentinians undercuts Elliot Anderson when in the box. You know, Anderson's going for a header. He jumps up. The Argentinian player just fully backs into him. He knows exactly what he's doing. He undercuts him. And it's a pretty blatant foul. I think anywhere else on the field outside of the penalty box, it's definitely a foul. But none of the England players appealed to the ref. You know, I think if they did that, that's what the Argentinians are very good at being this is a foul. You have to give this to us, you know, and it's really irritating to play against, and they piss me off to no end, but they're very, very good at it, you know? And so I don't think that it's some grand conspiracy. I think Messi is just an incredible player, and the team has done a really good job of rallying around him specifically. He's one of those rare players who's really, really talented and then also has a great team spirit around him, because most of the time I think this is the case with Kane and Bellingham to some degree and Mbappe to some degree, and definitely with Ronaldo, where it's they're all really good players. Ronaldo's a little past it, but the teams don't necessarily rally around them the way that they're not the inspirational captain the way that Messi seems to be.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's true. It kind of seems like he is very clearly their leader.
Yeah, they all love him.
They're picking him up after every game, basically. Yeah.
No one's doing that with Harry Kane.
Well,
Harry Kane is maybe the most. I love. He's so good at soccer, and he's one of England's great players, but incredibly boring. Bellingham is maybe more inspiring, but he's 22 or something.
Yeah, he's a young guy, I think. Yeah.
So he doesn't.
22.
Yeah.
22. Yeah, Sham is a big. I've realized lately that Sham is a big Bellingham fan. We were in bed, just on our phones, and she's scrolling through Bellingham edits.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, okay. So what can I do to be more like Jude Bellingham? Yeah. Oh, he's 22. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great.
He's 22.
He's 22. Yeah, I definitely saw there were a lot of women thirsting over him, and a lot of women who are in their 30s thirsting over him. I go, be careful.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like maybe some players would want to pick him up and throw him around. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, let's pick up Jude for fun. But no, Messi is easier to. I mean, Messi's
that's what it is that most of those other players are too big. They're not. You can't throw them around.
Messi's about this big, and this is actually Lionel.
Lionel, there he is.
Yeah, we call him Pepignon, but this toy's name is Lionel, and he's from 2013. I don't know why I thought he was from 2006. But
really
this is Lionel / Pepignon.
Like
it's actually his first appearance on the podcast.
We do have a sort of slightly haunted Olympic mascot.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, yeah, maybe from that's Finland's mascot. You know, it's got the Finnish colors. But this is Lionel / Pepignon's first appearance on the pod. Sicky Vicky is here quite a bit as well. And then Francesco is a regular. Francesco was born with the Spain jersey on.
Whoa.
So Francesco will be rooting for Spain. I guess that game will be done by the time this episode airs.
Oh.
So
It's on Sunday, right?
It's on Sunday, and this will come out July 29th. We're banking this one a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be in New Brunswick. I'll have to vet this episode, make the thumbnail and all that, and then post it from the comfort of my grandmother's home.
Where's that?
Fredericton, New Brunswick.
Fredericton.
Yeah, Fredericton.
I went to Moncton.
Oh,
this
no
year
way.
for the first time. Yeah.
How was that?
Fun show.
Yeah.
Fun show. Yeah, I want to do Fredericton as well next time.
What's the crowd like in New Brunswick?
They are
Old?
Well, no, it's because they knew who they were coming to see me,
Yeah.
so it's not like, but it was, generally the vibe of the crowd was kind of like, usually if you go to smaller places, the vibe is like, we're so glad you came here. With Moncton, they were like, we're glad you're here, but we're glad you're here, but also why are you here? What are you doing here? I think people were even asking me that. They go, why are you here? Did something happen? What's going on?
Is there something we need to know?
Yeah.
Are we being canceled or something?
No, I think people don't realize, though, that it's like with stand-up, you just have to tour all the places you could possibly tour.
Yeah.
Especially in Canada. Like, there's really only so many cities you can do before you run out.
Yeah, that's true. And some of the cities you're doing are like you're doing Waterloo.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing, I feel like you're doing Saskatchewan at some
I did Saskatchewan back in March.
Like, I'm trying to think of cities where I'm like, oh, I didn't know there's more than 10 people there.
I'm doing Guelph.
Okay, yeah.
I'm doing Windsor and Detroit, which would love if anybody is from Windsor, Detroit, or if you know anyone in Windsor and Detroit. Those shows in particular are not selling like super well or at all. Which I can understand. I feel like I don't have a particularly Windsor/Detroit type of attitude, and also they're really going through it. I think the whole of Michigan is covered in smoke at the moment, and also diarrhea bug and stuff. So they're having a hard time, but also maybe you need some laughs.
Exactly.
I'll come cheer you up.
Right?
I'll come cheer you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that you found super memorable in Canada? All your years of touring?
I have a very soft spot for Halifax.
Cute.
I love Halifax a lot.
Yeah.
I always have an amazing time there. That's just, I think, the vibe of that city, for whatever reason. Like, they're friendly, they're stoked that you're there, but also that it's like a proper city, you know? I think they're just good at being fans of stuff there, because I've also been to a couple of Halifax Wanderers games. And those are so fun. I'd say up there with some of the best sporting atmospheres in the whole country.
Really?
I think because so much North American sports, the fan base is being very babied by the Jumbotron, you know? They're like, clap your hands, go Canucks, go, or whatever it is, whoever you're watching. With the Wanderers, it feels like they're performing in like a farmer's field. It's just like basic stands, you know, and I think the capacity of the whole field is like maybe 5,000 people or something like that. All of the press boxes are in shipping containers and stuff.
No way.
And everyone is just so stoked, you know. I went to a playoff game there with Chris Wilson a couple years ago now. Awesome. So much fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're just good at being fans of stuff, and they're just stoked that anybody's come out there, I guess.
That's true. They got good donair out there, too.
Good donair.
Did you have a donair in Halifax?
I've had some Halifax donairs. I've had, they got a little late night sort of poutine burger spot out there. They got, I performed in a few different clubs out there. It's a fun vibe. And they've got a little strip of like clubs, I guess you would say, clubs and pubs and stuff. That's just, it's funny to just watch, I think, because in bigger cities you go, oh wow, this is like a bit much, I'm getting overwhelmed. But there you just get to kind of like people watch.
That's awesome.
There's just like 2 blocks maybe of people partying and stumbling around.
I went for work a few months ago. That's where we got Sicky Vicky here, actually.
Oh, nice.
Nova Scotia on her arm there.
Go.
I went, for work a few months ago. We were doing some content out there, and one night, like the team, like we just went out to one of the bars called Oasis, which had like pool, darts, karaoke, like
Done an open mic there, I think.
at Oasis.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they used to have one. I think someone fell down the stairs, and then maybe they ended the show. Or maybe it's still going. I don't know. But yeah, it's the one you walk downstairs.
Yes, yeah. It seems like the kind of bar where, like, if someone falls down the stairs, it's like, that's just Oasis, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that is at that bar, and maybe this is relatable if you tell me if this is relatable for you guys. But so, do you know when there's like a picture of you that you don't necessarily like, and it's like the worst picture of myself I've ever seen in my life is at Oasis, Halifax. Like,
Really?
yeah, I don't know if you guys have a memory of like, oh, this picture that comes to mind. Man, that's the worst picture I've ever seen of myself. So mine is from Oasis. I'll have Ben put it in.
I think anytime I'm trying to pose for a photo, I look like shit. And to go back to your
the model
your opening intro, yeah. I have. It's true. I've had 3 separate times now. I've been scouted by a modeling agency.
Whoa.
Dang.
3 separate, like out in public or
People
on Instagram
pray
or
for
whatever.
times like these.
But that's the thing is, I go, okay, I don't really care about modeling, but sure, why not? I could maybe make a few grand here or there,
Right.
and then I go in, they take photos of me, then a couple weeks later, they email me, they go, never mind.
Oh.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, but yeah, it's just not going to be a fit. It really just feels like they saw me from afar and they thought he could be a model, and then they saw me up close. They went, "Oh."
We didn't said will, we said could.
Yeah. My brother's signed by a modeling agency.
Oh, no
Oh,
way.
really?
Yeah. My parents just needed another. I was just the first draft.
Yeah. This is the picture of me, by the way. I hate like the face I'm making. Sham, do you see that picture? Well, Sham's
hair?
sweet, but yeah,
The
okay.
hair?
I was just about to say like Sham thinks any picture of me is great. She's like,
No.
oh no, your hair.
Everything is fine. Just the hair's funny.
Well, the hair's fun, and then the smile is like it looks like maybe I have to or
You look like another guy that I know.
really.
You look like a guy that I did a callbacks for an Amazon commercial in 2019. You look kind of like that guy.
Really?
He wasn't ugly.
Super niche.
Okay, I'll take
He
that.
just had
Not
a similar
ugly.
look. This is I've only booked 2 commercials. Almost booked a third one, but I found
Oh,
I
it's
didn't get it
okay.
today.
That's
But the
okay.
first 2 commercials I booked, the last year I booked one for Taco Bell Canada,
Yeah.
where I play a little freak.
Nice.
And then the first one I ever booked, it was for Amazon for their Christmas commercial for 2019, and I was boy on train. I was having sort of a meet cute with this woman on a train, and I remember the character breakdown because it was so embarrassing that I booked it, but I was glad to. It was Daniel Radcliffe type, and then in all caps, I'm not making this up, it said, "Not the best looking guy."
Okay.
And they had, at the callback, they had 2 guys who kind of looked like Harry Potter, and then a couple, like, I guess guys who look like me, like kind of blonde guys, awkward guys.
Damn, how do you react when your agent's like, "Yo, we're submitting you for this"?
Yeah, I mean, lately I haven't got, well, I did book the role of colonist. Yeah. When we were working on the web series, we're I guess should mention now we're sort
That's
of doing a web series.
Yeah,
together.
we are. Yeah.
When we did that, I got a call from my agent being like, "Yeah, they want you to do I auditioned for this period piece thing, this sort of historical drama, and I didn't get the role that I auditioned for, but I got a smaller role, just called colonist."
Colonist.
Yeah,
I heard communist.
no, not communist.
That could have been cool.
That would be, probably better for my reputation than colonist.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which would you prefer playing?
Although I think they had to reschedule, and now I'm playing just Englishman.
Okay.
So
Okay, well that
I'll
you
take
could
that.
definitely do.
That's
Yeah.
that
good.
I can do Englishman.
What kind of English though? Like
English, British.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because both your parents have English accents, do
My-
they not?
My
At least
my-
when you imitated them in your special, they did.
That's a little white lie that I kind of told I don't know why I got in my head. I need to also do the British accent for my mom for that special, but my mom doesn't have an accent, just my dad.
Wow.
That
You
was
fooled us.
Yeah.
yeah. Boyfriend material was like, I think I filmed it just before I was really ready to film a special, but I needed to film it because I had all those jokes about my ex. So
Yeah.
I
It was
I
great.
gotta retire it.
Yeah.
Oh,
we really
thanks.
enjoyed
Oh
it.
man, it gave
Thank
us some good laughs.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was great.
That's sweet. Yeah, I think it's hard for me to watch it because it was quite a long time ago now
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
filmed that. It's like 3.
But it kind of
3
made me
years ago.
sad at times. Like I feel like I
Yeah.
could tell you were very
I
heartbroken.
was. But when we filmed that, I was not over it at all.
Aw, I'm
You even
sorry.
you said you shouted out your ex in your special thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, he's still emotionally invested.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. I'm not sure the timeline, but I think when I was filming that, she was maybe actively getting a new boyfriend.
Oh my God.
Well, how are you now?
Now I'm great.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Now I'm great. Now I'm so grateful for that breakup. That was very good for everything.
Well, that's good. And it gave you some material as well. So
yeah. I mean, I do think breakups are like the hardest thing in the world, but also they do just force you to like grow and change as a person. And especially where I was at that time, I definitely needed that. One of the most validating things that it was some friends telling me, like, after the breakup, they go, like, I know you're hurting, but you're a much better hang now. Really? Yeah. So I think it just, that relationship was sort of keeping me in some kind of like a mindset that I had been in when I was 21. There was still like some 21-year-old part of me that I finally got to grow out of.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Well, that's young too. Like, yeah.
Must have been cathartic too, to just like let it out.
Yeah.
Instead of keeping it in.
I remember it was a very surreal experience. Writing a show about a breakup that I was actively going through, because when you start writing about stuff that's happening to you, everything starts to have an extra meaning to it. Mm-hmm. Like I remember it's not in the set or anything, but I was like, what does this mean? Because I had such an odd moment. It was like, I think right before I was going to film the special, I was doing a show in Gibsons, British Columbia, which is this lovely little town on the Sunshine Coast, just outside Vancouver. And it's me and my friend Sasha and Raylan, and we're all going for brunch. And then I had just done, like, basically rehearsal for the special, talking about my ex. And we're having brunch together. And I look outside, and she's there.
What? And
I remembered that I had, because we had like shared passwords for like everything,
Yeah.
She'd accidentally sent me confirmation for like an Airbnb that she was staying in on the Sunshine Coast around that time, and she had like texted me and be like, sorry about that, like I changed the email or whatever. But I was just like, I remember being like, oh, what's she doing in like Airbnb on the Sunshine Coast, and turns out she'd just been doing some kind of like, just like a trip by herself, just kind of like finding myself for a weekend type vibe. And, but I saw her outside and I was just like, oh, let's just not, I don't want to talk to her. Let's try to just leave and like not, it's just going to be weird. And then some people outside of the brunch place recognized me and the other comics. And so she saw that we were there. And she came to say hi, and it was just so strange and awkward. She's like, "Oh, what ferry are you guys taking back?" And I was like, "What? I don't want to take the same ferry as you. What the hell?" And then we got into the car, and Raylan said one of my favorite things that a friend has ever said. We get in the car, and Raylan goes, "I don't want to be out of line here, but she looked like." And I was like, thank you so much for saying that. Right? And then Sasha was just very, very, very supportive / was like, did you see her nails?
They were loading all this ammo because they know that you were going to be in maybe like a bit of a mood after seeing her. So they were loading up this ammo.
Yeah. And it's I think that's why it's important to have queer friends, is that they are able to be sort of mean and supportive in this really lovely, specific way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you just can't replicate with any other group.
That's true. I feel like all my straight friends, like my guy friends, they don't necessarily know how to like, not like maybe like tell it how it is kind of thing.
Yeah.
They'll like beat around the bush, but it's my queer friends who are like, oh, X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. There's a specificity to it. I feel like sometimes my bro friends have they will sort of accidentally give nice pieces of wisdom, but it's almost never on purpose.
Yeah.
I remember my friend Aaron. I was like a situationship breakup like sometime last year, and I was just being like, yeah, it just sucks because like every time I was talking to her, I just wanted to keep talking to her, and it was good. And he goes, dude, that's just how I feel with you. I was like, oh, he didn't realize that he was saying something quite lovely and profound. He was just like, yeah, dude, like that's just a good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
Aaron,
yeah.
Maybe he was trying to let you know something.
Yeah, I got to call him back. Actually, he called me earlier, but I couldn't pick it up.
Oh, your dad's here? Okay.
Oh.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm having some friends over tomorrow for like a little birthday thing, and
oh, nice.
Yeah, Sham's dad is dropping off some like a Persian dish, like a Persian.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've been eating like the best, most like, food I would never eat growing up in the suburbs in Montreal. Like I grew up eating craft dinner and hot dogs and stuff, and now I'm eating like type of meat that I didn't know existed, and like different types of like I like tomatoes now because we grill them and stuff. Like
there's certain vegetables where you go, oh, they just need to be cooked properly.
Yeah.
No shade to my mom, but there's certain vegetables where I go, oh, I do like bok choy. I just need it to not be microwaved.
Yeah. Usually it's like, I don't think I've ever had bok choy that is like, I've never made it on my own.
Yeah.
And if I ever did, I would probably never eat it again.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones, you know what I mean?
There's certain types of vegetables where, if you cook them a certain amount, they have almost a completely different flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Brussels sprouts, bok choy, cauliflower.
Even broccoli sometimes.
Broccoli too, for sure. Yeah. And I don't have the prowess to cook them properly, unfortunately. I mean, maybe sometimes I get lucky, but most of the time I'm going, no, that's not my best.
No, man. I'll get a frozen bag of like peas and carrots and microwave that, and that's my vegetables for the day kind of thing.
Yeah, I know. I need to cook more, but I end up, because I'm traveling so much, I cook like once a month.
Really? So do you enjoy like eating on the road and trying different foods from different places then, or do you kind of get sick of it?
Yeah, I do enjoy when I can find a good spot, but I don't like I think it's just an ADD thing, like executive functioning is something that's tough for me. And I would rather just like have my food figured out already.
Yeah.
I don't like having to do the thing where I go, oh, where am I going to go eat today? Or what am I going to eat today? If I could just go have the same thing consistently and it was good, then I would just do that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to do that when you're in a different place every few days.
I can imagine, yeah. We went through a bit of it's so funny, like looking over here. I think this is the first, Sham and I have been doing this together since like January. I did it on my own or with my buddies like before, but this is the first time where we're doing like a guest episode where Sham is not in the room for the time being. So I'm so used to saying like, oh, we did this, and I look over and she's right there, but oh, Sham, she'll be back. But yeah, we meal prepped for a little bit. We were like on our meal prep game. We're on Sundays, like all we did was we were cooking our and she's great about finding like fun recipes like Korean beef and stuff like that. Again, stuff I would never think to like try to make. And that was really like, that's so good. I work, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Usually I'm in the office 2 or 3 days a week. So just bringing lunch in is so much better than going and having to buy a $30 bowl from, whatever it is.
Yeah, although it does when you find a deal that feels good. I was staying in Chinatown in New York for a couple of days. I got a coffee and a breakfast bun at this little Chinese bakery for like $4.
Damn, American?
Yeah.
Still,
it's like $7 Canadian, something like that. It's unheard of.
That's how much my friends are paying for just coffee alone these days.
Yeah,
but I mean, I feel like you're an espresso guy, right?
Yeah. I mean, when I'm in. The level of coffee in New York is higher generally. Yeah. You can get like a solid iced coffee for like $3.
Oh, really?
In New York, if you know where to go.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get a fancy iced coffee, then you're paying like $6 or $7. But
yeah, how many coffees are you hitting a day?
I usually try to do one out and then one from home, or like my friend Max works at this like co-working office, so I'll get a free coffee there.
And that's Max, who lives in your writing partner, right?
Yeah.
And he's also the guy that you made that Webby Award winning video with.
It's true. We won a Webby.
That's awesome. What was that experience like to be like, first, you made the video, it goes banana lands online, and then it gets to a point where you're like, oh, wait, this like actually might win a you were up against Malala, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The thing about winning an award for stuff is it doesn't really feel like anything. I don't think. Maybe if I was at the actual award ceremony or something, it would feel like something. But it's validating in the way that anybody telling you you did a good job is like validating. But and it's a nice thing to put in the resume. But realistically, the main, like I said before, like the main fun and work of it is just coming up with the idea and then executing it. Mm-hmm. All the afterward stuff is like, it's nice and it's reassuring, but it doesn't feel like very much.
Yeah. Do you have the chops to do the like editing as well and all that stuff?
I can edit stuff, but yeah, we usually have an editor. That video we had some sort of like special effects that we needed to get done as well. We had a practical effect where we put our friend Yvette, who's like one of the stars of the video, we put her in most of the seats of a theater.
Yeah.
And so people thought that was AI or something, but no, we literally had me and Max with a green screen counting all the seats, and then Yvette would just come and sit in front of the green screen for like a second or two in every seat. And so we have somewhere maybe a 2 hour or an hour and 30-minute long video of just us having her sit in every seat.
That's how long it took?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. There's a lot of seats.
Yeah.
And we had her switch outfits too.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was also part of it, is that, yeah, we basically had her sit in a bunch of seats allocated, like random seats with one outfit. And then we filled it in and did the others. And, yeah, it took an hour and a half.
Wow. I can imagine how people would, because anytime you see something with like cool visual effects or cool CGI these days, people just assume it's, oh, that's AI.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really despise about AI, or because it's created it's created that kind of like interaction online where people will see something like that and just assume it's AI, but it's actually really, it's like dedication to the craft.
Yeah.
Sham, welcome back. Please feel free. Welcome back. Oh, you're on camera for the first time ever. Oh, your iPad's gone? That's okay. Welcome back. That's okay. I was telling Alistair when you were gone that like I had talked about us meal prepping, and I like turned and referred to we, and the chair was empty.
Awkward.
I mean, I knew you were gone, but still, it's
I know. I'm really sorry about that, guys.
That's okay.
My mom did tell me 7. He's just always early, so.
That's okay. So can you explain, we started talking about food a little bit after, and I was saying how like I've eaten so many new fun exciting foods since we've been together and living together. Can you explain what a dish you brought in tonight?
Yeah, this is called saucisse bandari. So saucisse means sausage, kind of like in French, isn't it?
Saucisse, oui, c'est vrai.
And then bandari is like a part of Iran, so like it's like a way you refer to like the type of people, they're bandari. And so it's sausage, potatoes, and onions, like sauteed in this red sauce with a bunch of spices, and you can have it with bread or you can just have it plain. And it kind of sounds like breakfasty, because like at its core it's kind of some like parts of a breakfast food, but it's very savory, and we have it kind of like an appetizer. So when my mom found out we were having some friends over for Sam, she's like, I'll make that.
That sounds
My
amazing.
dad came and delivered it. They're so sweet.
So sweet. Drove all the way from Richmond Hill.
Yeah, and they brought us a bag of rice. Yeah, anything I need, I just tell them, and they bring it for me. That's the nice part of having my family live really close by.
Yeah.
Is that they do these deliveries, and I'm just very grateful for that.
Yeah. Yeah. If my family did deliveries, I'd have to send it with FedEx. And yeah. Is your family all out in BC still?
I've my grandparents on my mom's side live in Kingston. So
that's nice.
Go visit them from time to time.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody else, my brother was living in Sweden for about a year, but he's back in Vancouver now.
The model brother.
Of
course he was living in Sweden, man.
I know.
Everyone in Sweden's gorgeous.
Ridiculous.
There's a barista named Joe at Dark Horse down the street who's Swedish, and he's an actor, and he's gorgeous.
Yeah. Swedes. Swede. I mean, yeah, they're generally sort of attractive people, I would say, and then also they are. It's funny because they are like sort of a pretty socialist place, and I went and did a show there in the spring, And I was like, people talk about places like the Scandinavian countries as a sort of like a model for what it's like to have a strong social safety net and high taxes and stuff. And then you go there and you go, they're really, they seem sad. I think it's because it's dark like so much of the year there probably.
Yeah.
Really?
They're very, well, maybe it's just that they're very like to the point. You know what I mean? They're not riffing really. They don't seem to have a predisposition towards comedy, which maybe what it is that now that I think about it, if you're having a terrible time, you need to joke around.
Yeah.
Right? If you're having a pretty good time, you don't really need the comedy.
True.
Oh, damn. Okay, so they're pretty.
So are they happy or sad?
So I don't know.
Oh.
I guess
just
we'll never
remember
know.
as an audience and just walking around, I was like, oh, these seems like very serious people. Maybe they're not sad, but they're very serious.
They read the terms and conditions.
Yes,
sounds
that's the type of vibe for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. They use a bar of soap and they brush their teeth. Sounds very like
Stoic.
ABC.
Yeah.
Stoic, yeah.
for sure.
IKEA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
IKEA, yeah, that's true. The meatballs. God, I love
They
IKEA.
love their meatballs.
We were.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I cut you off.
I was just gonna list a bunch of Swedish food.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't name you anything aside from meatballs and like I just picturing IKEA foods, but they didn't invent hot dogs or ice cream or cinnamon buns.
They have sill. That's like pickled herring.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've seen people eat that.
It's not great.
It's not great?
It's like fine. You know, it's what they eat like at holiday times and stuff like that.
Is it served cold then?
Yeah. Like on
Interesting.
crackers on the knäckebröd.
Wow.
Hard bread.
Are you
Okay.
bilingual?
No.
Trilingual?
I just know a couple of words.
Yeah.
And I use them.
Okay.
Dang.
Interesting. I thought it was. So it's not like Is it like a sardine kind of vibe? Like, is it whole? Is it served whole?
Isn't herring a bird?
No.
Is herring a fish?
Yeah, herring's a little fish. Yeah. I guess it's kind of like sardines. Yeah. But it's not pickled in oil.
What's
It's-
it pickled in?
Like
Water?
vinegar.
Okay, so like literally like a pickle.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And they love dill with their potatoes.
Oh, that I think I knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are good. I like dilly potatoes.
Mm-hmm. If we make our way to Sweden, we'll have to have all the above.
And you will, because those are also some of the cheaper foods. You need to eat potatoes with dill there, because if you try to get any other food, you're going to be paying $40.
What?
It's
Yeah,
very
well,
expensive.
I went to Copenhagen last year, and that was a rough week for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Any of
Financially.
the Scandinavian countries are really, I think the only country that's more expensive in Europe is Switzerland.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Sam's country.
That's my motherland.
Oh, really?
My grandma, my great grandfather's born in Switzerland.
Wow.
So-
The way it went, motherland, my grandma, well, my great grandpa.
Yeah. Well, actually, someone I know knows someone who has been to Switzerland once, so it's basically my blood. No, but I've said on the show before, like I'm like an eighth Swiss. Like it's in my like part of my leg. That's where my Swiss blood is,
Sure.
and the rest of it is all just like French Canadian and English and poutine and Quebecois. Man, if I was one of the Quebecois listening to you doing the tour, I would pay attention though.
Yeah.
I'd pay attention. The rest of the, but that's because
they were older. That is the thing. They were older and probably from Quebec City or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're strict there. You don't speak English there.
Yeah.
I went there once, the same summer where I saw the Just for Laughs thing happening, and we went to Quebec City for a concert, and we were not us, but there was a group in front of us trying to get on the same bus as us, and the bus driver opened the door, and they were English speaking. They were tourists. They couldn't speak French. The bus driver opens the door. She asks a question in English, and he closes the door and drives off. And we're like, oh,
Hey man, those are my people.
they're strict.
Those are my
and
people.
A little scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they were so close to just being their own country too in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
It was like less than 1% away. I bet they're still probably pissed about that. Some of them.
Yeah. I can imagine. I don't really know the full history enough to speak on it, but I have a joke about how I feel really guilty when I go to Quebec because I don't speak French, and then they all speak English and French. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't feel guilty. It's okay.
Well, I know I'm not supposed to feel guilty, but I'm gonna feel guilty because it feels like I just got back to school. You know what I mean? And I didn't do the homework, and everyone else did. Yeah. You know.
You know what? I feel like a lot of them don't speak English. Maybe like in Montreal and stuff. But aren't there some that truly are just francophone?
In Quebec, I think in Quebec City, unless they've kind of come around and realized like that they're in a predominantly English country. But I think for the most part, it's like pretty like, they'll get by because they know tourists will be coming through. But I think it's
like in the smaller towns, probably.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
it. Yeah. Don't even bother going if you're English.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you run out of gas and you need to find a gas, you're gonna just push your car because no one's gonna tell you where to go.
Wait, so you're going there in the next couple weeks?
Yeah.
For a show?
Yeah, next Saturday from when we're recording this.
Yeah. That's the 25th, right?
That's when we'll be there too.
Well, we'll be driving to New Brunswick at that point. But I mean,
2 ships.
Yeah, if you want a home cooked meal, though,
are you guys stopping there?
My family's all there, so we're gonna go on Friday the 24th.
Yeah,
gonna stay overnight, and then the 25th, I think we're gonna start the journey to.
Okay. I think I'm going there on the 23rd.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, maybe we will cross paths.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Does it get a lot? The traveling? Does it get to be a lot?
Kind of, but I also like it. I'm the kind of I can't stay in one place for too long, really.
So this is a perfect job for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I definitely need to get better at going to bed at a reasonable hour and not trying to burn the candle at both ends. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I traveled around Europe when I was 18 after I graduated high school, and I just was like, I just love traveling. I thought I wanted to be one of those people who like just travels around, just like work a job for a while and then go travel for 6 months or something. But this is kind of the best of both worlds, even though I'm not necessarily going to like Milan and Venice and Austria.
Going to Guelph.
I'm going to Guelph and Edmonton and Indianapolis.
Slave Lake.
Yeah.
Well, that's until our web series takes off and we're all billionaires because of it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess we should talk about that a little bit. I this show I like to be more like interview style kind of, but I guess it is good to talk about, we are working together on something.
Yeah.
I know Kirby will be watching this right now, and Ben edits these.
Oh,
Ben,
okay, cool.
Ben is our editor, so Kirby was also going to send in a video. Like he has like
kept talking about that,
and then I texted him at like 2:00. I'm like, hey man, like you're gonna send that video, and then 3:00. I'm like, okay, you have 2 hours. 4:00. I'm like, hey, like what's up? And then at 5:30, like while you were biking here, I'm like, are you what's up, man? Are you sending?
Yeah.
But I mean, he was dealing with something, so he wasn't able to unless he texted me last minute and sent something through. But no,
what was he gonna send?
Well, he's sent in a few video notes before where he always starts with this like, "Hey guys, Kirby Sloan, first ever 2-time Birdcore guest and 4-time video note sender," and then he'll be like, he would probably say, "Can you guys talk a little bit about what we're doing together?" And he would ask us a question about like, what is your favorite part of working on set with Kirby Sloan, and what do you like that I do, and what can I do better? And then he'd probably ask some sort of other random question, like,
yeah, you basically got it,
right? So
you
I
didn't
guess
even need to send one.
Yeah, we can answer on his behalf, but so I wish I knew how much we could talk about what we're.
I think we can probably talk about it. It's not under a press embargo or anything.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, we can. Yeah, it's because we already put out one sort of proof of concept episode of the 3 of us, with Hassan in the car, and we're just making more of those. So stay tuned for that. I think it's really fun. We have a lot of fun filming them, and we just kind of sit in a car and riff all day and get really silly and drive around and get to act, to do comedy acting.
I've seen the cut of one of them. I don't know if you saw a cut of
one
of them. Yeah, but no, they are fun. It's very goofy. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm so hard on myself watching myself back acting.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think too with those because it's kind of like a multitasking acting, especially when you're also driving. So you got to really be locked in. I think it's a good challenge at the very least working on those. I think no matter what happens from it, it'll be it's like great acting practice. I feel like so many people are paying all this money to do acting classes and stuff, and it's like nothing really compares to just being under pressure and being like, okay, there's a camera on the front of the car, we gotta get this, and nail it. And we kind of do it like full rehearsals, and we do most of the time we do the full scene of the thing. If that adds some value to you when you watch it, just know that probably you're watching a few different versions, a few different takes, but we run it the whole thing most of the time.
Yeah.
And
the car play one was fun, the first one we did, because we needed to be in a pocket with service.
Yes.
Remember that? Because we're driving up in King City, like where even is that? And half the like road that we're driving on has absolutely no service. And Kirby's in the trunk sending the text to my phone that's connected.
That's true. Also keep in mind when you watch these that Kirby is in the trunk the whole time.
Yeah, Kirby is tucked away in the trunk.
Like a hostage.
Yeah. And we've driven by cops like multiple times.
Yeah.
And every time we kind of just freeze because, okay, there's a beaming light on the hood. There's a camera on the hood. There's a Kirby in the trunk.
Yeah.
None of us in the back seat are wearing seatbelts if we're in the back seat. And, you know, it's very run and gun. Like, it's not like we have any sort of permit. Kirby's going to get mad at me for saying all this, actually. That's for sure. But, yeah, the driving part of it, because you did the first one where you're driving. And then in the first one we shot last time, I was driving and I was kind of nervous about well, am I going to like know all the lines and be going the right speed and keep my eyes on the road as well? And like, there's 4 cars behind us now.
Yeah.
Because we're going.
Yeah. When you're watching
30.
the rearview mirror, you're like, okay, okay. I found that when I was driving, it sort of helped me lock in a little bit. Sometimes in the way that if I'm driving or walking, I can kind of think a little bit better. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's also last time that we filmed, the first time that we filmed, I don't think we got stopped by anybody. This time 2 people who lived on the side of the road came and talked to us and asked us what we were doing. Yeah. The first guy was a lot more friendly. He was on a little John Deere riding lawnmower, and then Hassan. What did Hassan say?
He kept saying, he's like, we're doing a dome scene. And he's the guy, a dome scene. Yeah, the dome scene. And he just kept saying dome. And the guy didn't understand what Hassan was saying.
Well, because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Dome scene. Oh, yeah. For the YouTube? Yeah. Dome scene. And it was one of those, like, Hassan was filming himself saying it to the guy. And then he was filming the guy, like, yeah, he's a character on set.
Yeah, Hassan commits to the bit more than anybody that I know. Mm-hmm. Anytime that he gets asked what he does in public, he always says that he's in adult entertainment.
There's the dome scene.
Yeah, the dome scene, adult entertainment, and he doesn't like stop doing the bit. Like, I'll be laughing, but he's just like so locked in telling these people about working as a porn star.
Yeah.
And it's a wonder to behold. It's very funny to watch. The other lady who stopped us when we were filming, she was in like riding gear, like horse riding. What do they call that? She seemed a lot more skeptical of us, I would say.
I thought she was skeptical, and then she was kind of interested.
Yeah.
Because she was like, what are you guys... Because we'd, parked on her lawn.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you guys up to right now?
She goes, can I help you?
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Yeah. And then, thankfully, Hassan was in the car for the whole interaction, so he didn't interact. Because the rest of us were like, oh, yeah, we're like... short film, and I think the thing Kirby always uses is like a student film.
Yeah.
So that the way the people are like, oh, okay, these guys are just kids. And we're like, student film. And then she's like, oh, okay, well, have fun. Good luck. And, she makes it 50 feet away. And then Hassan walks out of the car and goes, hey, baby. Thankfully, she didn't hear him, but we're like, no. She's nice. She's nice.
You can't be catcalling this millionaire.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work. Yeah.
This landowner, this woman who owns a mansion and various horses.
Yeah.
This equestrian lady.
This is her territory.
Yeah. We're probably we're the out of towners in that one. Yeah.
Hey, baby.
That was funny, man. I was like, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Oi.
I respect the hustle.
Yeah. I actually also, on the topic of being in cars, you posted a brand deal today with SiriusXM.
I did, yeah. You saw this?
Yeah, and I showed it to Sham, and Sham was like, Sam, was he really naked? And I was like, I kind of want to ask him on the pod. Were you? I'll have Ben put in, what we're talking about, but
you don't have to answer.
No, there's only one shot where I'm actually naked. The rest of them I was wearing these shorts.
But
no way.
Yeah, I hiked them up, but yeah, I was wearing these shorts.
Wow.
I just figured out how to do pixelation well.
Wow.
On Premiere Pro.
But for one of them, you were nude.
It's the shot of me putting the seatbelt on at the beginning.
There's no way with the shorts.
I had my girlfriend film that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Tiana wasn't in the car for any of my shots.
Yeah. Dude, she just said no way twice, which means you've hit legendary status, by the way.
Yes, genuinely legendary.
That's the rule. That's a little foreshadowing for
wink,
our web
wink,
series.
nudge,
Wink,
nudge.
wink, nudge, nudge. But
stay tuned.
yeah, that was that was a great watch. That was
really funny.
It kind of also that ties into you've been posting stories recently about where you've been linking OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
So are you I guess in the Hassan vein, are you doing adult
doing dome scenes?
Right?
Yeah. No, I did a stand-up taping for OnlyFans like a couple months ago now, and they basically just, in addition to all their other work, they also do stand-up comedy on their platform. And so it just was like a good deal. Paid my rent for several months. So the only stipulation is I do need to have an active OnlyFans account for a certain allotted time. So I do have an OnlyFans account. And now that I'm posting, I guess, myself nude on the internet, I'm like, I might as well.
Yeah.
If I'm getting the people going, I might as well have an OnlyFans account. But I don't really post anything too crazy on there. I'm debating my girlfriend took a photo of me where I have kind of like my butt is half out when we're at the lake. I thought I might post that on there. I'm trying to figure out how much I should charge for that. That would probably be the most scantily clad photo that I post on there.
Yeah, it could unlock a totally new stream of income for you, man.
Well, I'll tell you, some of the other comics who did that taping are making money hand over fist. Some of them are doing actual sex work, and some of them are just posting photos. It's like sort of flirty photos of themselves. So
yeah. Well, I mean, hey, dip your toes in the water with that little butt pic.
Yeah, I think I might as well, because I will say if I make a certain amount, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but let's just say I would love to make $1,000 on OnlyFans. If I could make $1,000 on OnlyFans, that'd be awesome for me, because I'll be rewarded.
Okay, there you go.
Gee,
okay,
help me get to 1,000. Imagine
$1,000.
Help my GoFundMe.
Day,
on OnlyFans.
Day one of trying to make $1,000 on OnlyFans.
Yeah, especially because I didn't get that commercial today. Okay,
Yeah.
I was hoping I would get that commercial, but I
Yeah.
didn't for some bank. They didn't even tell me what the bank was.
Oh, really?
Well.
Yeah, I feel like that's how it goes with commercials. Though, man, you put out like.
It feels like you just enter a lottery every week, basically.
Oh, yeah.
With the
Yeah.
self-tape.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, what do you think of this? Enter a lottery every week.
Yeah.
It's not really skill-based, most commercials.
Yeah, it's kind of just like fingers crossed.
It's
Shoot
like,
into
do
the
you have
void.
the look that we need?
Yeah,
That's about it.
yeah. Who helps you with your self tapes? Like, who reads the other lines?
Usually my roommate and collaborator, Tiana.
Nice.
And I'll help her, vice versa. Either that or I did one in New York just by myself because it was just like a video game thing where I just had to react a bunch. That one I didn't have a tripod with me, so I just put a laundry basket on top of a chair and then put a bunch of coasters to hold the camera up, and then I filmed myself that way. So you get innovative with it.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had ones where I'm taking the coat like rack and I'm putting it up against like leaning on a table, and like my backdrop is hooked into one of those hooks, and then like that chair is slightly angled so it catches the lean of the. Yeah, and then Sham is the one who helps me with the other lines, and sometimes like she's improvising sometimes too. I'm like, who's auditioning right now, you or me?
Whoa, nice.
I'm just like really praying that someone will be like, hey, who was that other
Yeah.
Can we get her in?
Do you perform at all?
No.
No? You're just hoping to get discovered.
Every time I have my fingers crossed that they'll email you back and be like, yeah, you're great. You can come, but you can also bring your friend with you.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. To be fair, I also think that if I help someone with a self-tape, I think they're probably going to want the voice. Right?
Okay,
Behind
so,
the camera,
so it's not just me.
Yeah, but I mean, I am like a performer.
Yeah. You drop my email in there too when you send it in, please. Yeah, but Sham, you have a really good, like, people. So Sham is obviously not on camera on the podcast, but she wants to remain ominous and mysterious, and it's like a soft voice from, the void.
Yeah.
And
so we could just describe anything.
Yeah.
That's what Sham looks like.
I'm 6'7".
right?
I'm blonde.
She's got really, really long arms.
Really long arms.
They're
I'm
like
tatted.
on the. She stands up there on the ground.
Slenderman, actually. And what else?
I mean, that's a good start. We can add every episode, but
Tiny ears.
Tiny
right?
ears.
Anytime we make a clip and Sham speaks, we put Francesco on camera though.
Oh,
so
fun.
Anyone who has not watched a full episode but has seen clips and they'll associate Sham with. I've had people comment why is she the duck? It's like that's just how it goes.
Why is the duck talking?
Yeah, but no, it's a very prominent figure now, which is why Francesco / Sham is here every episode.
Thank you
Right,
for
Francesco?
putting a hat on him.
Yeah, well, it's you. But Francesco used to have a fedora.
Yeah.
But I wanted to switch it up. Yeah, but it's kind of like Francesco's wearing a Spain jersey, but then is wearing a blue hat with an A. So who is Francesco really cheering for? You know,
covering all the bases, hedging bets.
That's true. Yeah.
What's the hat?
Adidas Asterix, Toronto brand.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, good guys. Yeah. We're approaching the conclusion of Birdcore episode 59 featuring.
Wow, it
Alistair.
flew by.
It flies by. Yeah, that's why it's Birdcore, man. You know what I mean? We have a segment that we do every week.
Okay.
And seeing as the show is called Birdcore, we talk about our core of the week. Now, it could be a core anything. It could be a core meal you had, a core conversation you had. Oh. If you had a really good dump, it could be a core dump. It could be a core. But hey, if you want to be inspirational, it could be a core quote. It could be anything. She's like, he's never said the core dump thing before. She's tripping. So I want to give you a second to think about your core of the week. But before we do that, I had said that there were two things I want to talk about with your pod with Pete Holmes.
Oh, yeah.
The second one was, and this is interesting for, I've done stand-up comedy 3 times in my life. Okay, and I've only had 5-minute sets.
Yep.
Because, when you're starting out, how much more can you really do?
Yeah.
But on that podcast, you guys were saying that 5-minute sets are actually quite difficult for established comedians. Mm-hmm. I would love to know why that is.
I think it's because once you get to do longer sets, when I'm on the road, I'll do sometimes an hour, at least 45 minutes if I'm doing a headline set. And once you get through that opening 10 or 15 minutes, it feels like you're really getting to know the audience and they're really getting to know you. So to just do 5 minutes, it's kind of like it's like an elevator pitch, basically. You're just like, okay, what are the bullet points? What can I get across? You're just introducing yourself to people. You don't really get to hang out.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest part. And also because once you've been doing it for a while, the jokes that you have just tend to take a longer form because you know how to play around in a story and really milk it for all it's worth, or at least just it feels like when I started out with comedy, it was all quite simple. All the jokes were very simple, and now I know how to tell these more technical, long-form stories and jokes, and so you don't really get to get into the meat of what a real set is with just 5 minutes, but sometimes those 5-minute sets can be the ones that change your life. So,
well, Canada's Got Talent, your set was it not less than 5?
Well, yeah, they taped me doing I think 5 minutes, and then they aired 1 or something.
Yeah,
maybe 90 seconds.
Yeah. It was great though.
Oh, thanks.
Cute baby.
Yeah. That's a classic Alistair joke, the weird dinner joke.
Yeah. I was thinking of opening this by saying by just saying going to be a weird dinner with no context. Yeah, actually, we don't know what we're having for dinner tonight. It could be a weird dinner, but I don't know if it's going to be ground beef and gum. So I'm not sure about that.
I've seen Hassan do the weird dinner joke on people too.
Really?
When we're on the road together.
No way.
He did it at a gas station.
Really? Do you guys ever trade jokes sometimes in your sets?
Not in our sets, but we'll do stuff just IRL. We'll just reference each other's jokes to each other.
That's so
stuff.
fun.
Yeah, that's what happens when you spend like the best part of a year together.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I wonder what it would be like one day if you wrote a set for him and he wrote a set for you. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I feel like the thing about Hassan is that he has such a specific way of talking. It's very difficult to replicate it.
That's true.
He just has such a way with words that you just can't really. I think that a lot of people out there are trying to do like an imitation of the Toronto man's accent, and Hassan, it feels like almost the source of it.
Yeah.
To me, where he just originates sayings. He'll just say something as if it's always been said, but he thought of it.
Yeah,
you know?
and it sounds like, oh, that's been around forever. It must have been.
Yeah. I wish I had a knack for that. I really, that's something I really admire about him, is that, and also how he's able to activate people in customer service roles. That's something I really admire too, is that he'll be able to, you know, when you see someone in customer service and they're very much in work mode, and then sometimes if something happens, they'll sort of snap out of it and become a real person. He's very good at doing that, and it's really fun to watch.
That's probably a lot of fun for the customer service people, where they're like,
absolutely, yeah,
get a little bit of like, oh, okay, this is more than just my desk job. This is kind of nice to have.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of, you have to, number one, make them feel comfortable that they are going to make a sale at the end of the thing. And then two, just be like, hey, we can talk like real people. You know, we don't have to do the like, especially in the States, but also in any sales role, it's like everybody's doing a little play, you know, like a site-specific play, where you even see it when people order food from restaurants and stuff. People will go, they'll act as if they don't know the answer. When you ask a server, okay, can I get the dressing on the side? And the server does the same thing. They go, oh yeah, absolutely. As if you're the first person who's ever asked for that.
Yeah.
There's all these little performances that people do all the time.
Yeah.
I honestly can't tell how I feel about them. Sometimes I go, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Why are we doing this? And sometimes I'm like, I guess it's fun. We just get to perform. Yeah. Why not?
Oh, it is fun.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
We should start doing that at restaurants. Ask like the most basic questions that clearly there is an answer to.
Well, I feel like, does it come, at least in Canadian culture, is it just like overly politeness or something?
It's
that
sort of an American thing, though, I think, where it's like, I think because in the States, there's a culture of not really treating customer service people like they are real people, but the sort of halfway thing is to treat them like they're a character, kind of, you know, at least like you treating the customer service like they're part of your group, but they're really not, you know, it's just that you're all doing a little performance for the time that you're at the restaurant. Yeah. It's fascinating to me.
You seem to be very, anthropological with the way you notice things about, you know, younger comics or like beginner comics and even stuff like that. It's like you notice the ways, maybe it's because of your job, like it's you can find material that way, but you notice certain things that I haven't really thought of before.
Yeah. I mean, it could be because I'm neurodivergent too. Could be because of that. But yeah,
that.
I mean, I think that's why I love stand-up so much, is because it's like you're just constantly inspecting and breaking down how people communicate with each other and just trying to figure out how best to do that. Because I'm not somebody who like naturally knows how to do that. I was super shy as a kid. I was not good at making friends. And so comedy is like an opportunity for me to really break down how to best connect with people. Yeah. So
I'd say it's worked out pretty well too.
For
I think it's worked out in your favor.
Yeah, I think so too. It's been awesome.
Do you think it's made you more confident?
Definitely. Yeah. I think the biggest shift for me, maybe this count as a core thing?
Let's do it. Absolutely.
It's sort of, I think people talk about like finding your passion as if it's like this like big crazy adventure you have to go on, but really it's incredibly relaxing, because I remember once I started doing stand-up, before doing comedy, I would go to parties in university and get sometimes very drunk. I would feel so anxious. I was just like, how do I, make the most of the experience? Like how when you go out and you're like, I need to have a good night, but I don't know how to do that exactly. You're just like, I guess people here are having a good time. I don't really know.
Yeah.
And then once I started doing stand up, I was like, oh, I just wanted everyone at the party to like listen to me for like 15 minutes. That would be awesome. That has ended up being my job. And now sometimes people listen to me for a whole hour. So, and then now if I go out, like now I have almost no urge to go out. I have very little urge to like drink or party at all, really. And it's a very calming thing, just knowing what I want to do. Like the main thing. Oh, if I can just go do a set here, then that's good. And that's just my main thing that I like to do. And I don't have to perform as much when I am out with other people. It's nice. It's relaxing. Yeah.
It's a great core.
I'd say that counts as a core. Absolutely.
Sweet.
That's awesome. I've realized that a lot of the times our guests, they don't go with the core that's like, oh, on Tuesday, like, this funny thing happened. It actually does end up being quite like intellectual and deep, and there's a lot like from the heart and more meaning to it. And I love when that happens. Like,
I love that.
We get deep on this podcast.
We did get pretty deep on this podcast. It's been great.
Yeah.
It's been really nice.
I would love to know how this I don't want to say you've been on a lot of different podcasts. I wrote some down, and I'm sure I'm missing some. Overstimulated with Hillary Henderson. Yeah. I'm Not the Problem, right?
Yeah.
That's Enough with Grace Ryder.
Yeah.
Ryder's how you say her last name, right?
Yeah.
I love the story about the dream you had about
losing my balls,
your
my
balls,
ball skin,
and you forgot the skin on your balls. You hung it in the shower and you forgot it, and it was a metaphor for your brain telling you that you're using your Apple products too much because you forgot to put your AirPods in the case.
Yes,
brilliant. You also did Okay Dope, and most recently your Faye podcast. You Made It Weird with Pete Holmes.
Yes,
that's a lot. Like you have. I did not realize when we first met how well podcast versed you were. I didn't realize how many you had went on.
I guess now that you list them all like that, I'm like, yeah, I have been on quite a few podcasts. I used to listen to podcasts pretty religiously. Now the main podcast that I listen to is the Blind Boy podcast, which is this Irish sort of comedian and speaker who's just... He does what he calls a hot take most weeks, where he delves really deep into a certain subject. His one that most recently was about data centers and stuff. So that's kind of what got me into the rabbit hole of all that. But he just has I think his brain works similarly to mine, where he's very good at getting into a topic and keeping it interesting, and just when you listen to him, it always feels like he's like, I need to tell you this, Sometimes people will talk in a way that's very flowery language, and you're like, just get to the point. With him, it's like everything's very precise, and even if he does sort of take you on a little bit of meandering journey, he knows where he's going with it, and it ties together very well. And that talks a lot about art and psychology and things like that.
That's really cool. It probably takes quite a bit of practice to get to, and refining to get to that point. Does he do it alone also? It's like a solo podcast?
Yeah, sometimes he'll have a guest on, but most of the time it's just him. Yeah. And he talked about all sorts of stuff. One of my favorite episodes was he was talking about sort of the origins of KFC and Colonel Sanders, and how allegedly the original recipe for KFC is available at a place in Limerick.
Oh.
Because they kind of mass-produced the KFC recipe. So what you have now is not necessarily the original recipe. It's whatever is most cost-efficient to have in thousands of stores around the world. But Colonel Sanders gave his recipe to this Irish guy who took it to Ireland and opened up a place in Limerick. And they had to change the name, so it's not called KFC there anymore. But
now I want to go.
Recipe.
It's Limerick FC. With all 11 herbs and spices too. Damn. When I used to work at Kraft Dinner, we did a collab with KFC. It was Kraft Dinner. Yeah, I used to be a content creator for Kraft Dinner.
Oh.
And we did KFC flavored mac and cheese. So my job was to make TikToks promoting it.
That does sound good, to be fair.
It was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
We tried it, right? It was good.
We did try. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was actually
It was
pretty
just like extra seasoned KD.
good. Basically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sham, what's your core of the week?
My core of the week is do you guys see that guy on the balcony over there?
Oh, white T-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I went
I think
downstairs,
if you look through the curtain there, Alistair. He's about the same level as us.
can you see him?
Yeah. Yep.
When I went
You have to
downstairs,
distort your whole body. Sorry.
I had to go through like the part where you have to buzz a number, and he was there trying to buzz a number, and like it wasn't working. He was on the phone, and then when I went and grabbed the food and I came back in, he'd made it in, and he was talking to the concierge, and he's like giving him the unit number. He's like, I can't get in. Like, where do I go? Blah blah blah. And then as I'm waiting for the elevator, I hear the conversation he's having on the phone with his friend, and they realize that he's at the wrong building. And they're like, 170? No, it's not 170. It's not 170. Get out of there. Get out of there. So he's like giggling because like he came to the wrong building, but clearly he made it. He was just on the wrong side of the street. And so my core is perseverance core.
Oh, yeah. Nice. I had an experience in New York. I would say more embarrassing than that, guys, because my friend Josh gave me the key. I was staying in his apartment, and he gave me the key, and I got back there late at night, probably 1 a.m. or something, and I could not figure out how to open his door. Like the lock, I just was not. The deadbolt wasn't working, and eventually I was like, maybe I have to get a hotel. Like, I can't wake him up. You know, I could be banging on the door. It's so rude. And so I went down to the concierge desk, and I was like, I know I have the right key. I just, like, the door handle's just not opening. You know, I don't know what's going on. And then the lady's like, I think I know what's going on. She goes, and we go back up to the door, and she just turns the deadbolt like a little bit further, and then the door just opens.
Oh God.
No.
And, yeah, basically I don't know. It was one of those situations where the actual door handle was like connected to the deadbolt. You know what I mean? I thought that like the handle itself was locked.
Yeah.
But it just meant that I had to push the deadbolt a little bit further so that I could open the door. And she kind of laughed, and then she went back, and I went to bed. But then the next night, I had a nice moment where she was at the desk again, and I held up my key, and I was like, I'm going to do it myself this time. You know?
Full circle moment.
Yeah.
Man, see, that first night, I would be so embarrassed. I'm like, oh, wow, okay, I'm still going to just go get a hotel. Like, I can't be in this vicinity.
I think it's important to tell people, though. It's important. Like, people get so embarrassed about stuff where it's like, yeah, it's embarrassing, but ultimately, if you can be vulnerable with someone, you'll feel closer to them. You know, most people are not going to make fun of someone in a situation like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're pure of heart, you know. If I was going there to try to like break into somewhere, then of course that's genuinely.
I like how that was that questioned at all, or she trusted you? She's like, yeah, you're trying to get into your friend's place.
Yeah, I think she'd seen me with him earlier in the day, something like that. Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, they pick up on that stuff, the concierges. They know who's hanging with who.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're doing God's work.
I feel like they probably recognize like your sister at this point because she comes here so much. And
Yeah, for sure. It's nice. It's actually nice to have in New York, especially. I heard it's a hot commodity to have a concierge. It's not like always.
Not every building has them.
Not every building, or they have issues with like packages and stuff, like not having proper concierges to like put them into or like save them for you, and like things getting stolen and stuff. So
for sure.
Yeah,
no, it seems it's definitely very useful in this day and age. With a lot of people staying in apartments, but I think that a lot of people kind of like take that side of things for granted, I guess.
100%.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go to my core of the week now.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, no one asked.
That's okay.
What's your core?
Wait till you hear what it is, and you're gonna feel bad for not asking.
Sam, what is it?
It's birthday core.
Of course.
Yeah, because
happy birthday
to you.
I was gonna do a sound effect in between each chorus. I thought you guys were doing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam.
Happy birthday to you.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way!
Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Oh,
Thanks,
it is
yeah.
birthday core.
Yeah, I'll be turning 27 on Tuesday.
Wow.
So I'm still a little baby, but I feel like, life is happening. I'm getting older, man. It's
It's a
crazy.
good age to be. It's a comfortable. I liked being 27. Although 27, I think was when I had my big breakup. But it was. It's a nice age to be in your late 20s. I think being in the late 20s feels good. I'm in my early 30s now, and it just feels like my goal with comedy, which I did pretty much accomplish, is I didn't want to be staying on couches once I got in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be in a spare bedroom or a hotel, which is mostly the case now, which is very, very nice. I feel
good.
very lucky to have that. But yeah, in your 20s, you can still get away with stuff like that. You can be crashing on couches if you need to. You can be kind of slumming it. You can do whatever. But yeah, once you get in your 30s and you are living the same lifestyle, people are kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, hopefully 27 will continue to lead me in the direction where I can, I don't have to have like that lifestyle where it's like, oh, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hopefully
it seems like it's going pretty good. It's a nice apartment.
Thanks. Yeah, I'd say.
Thank you.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes people are like, oh, you guys record. I thought you were sending me to a studio, but no, we live here.
This is awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think I had one of my infamous model meetings in and around this building somewhere.
Really?
No way.
Yeah, right around this neighborhood. Yeah.
Dude, maybe you'll get scouted again later tonight.
If
Who
it's
knows?
something,
Yeah.
if it's something you like, you should get a photographer to do pics of you first instead of their pictures, and then make a book.
That's what happened. One of
Oh.
the people who reached out was a photographer, and he was
Oh.
like, I'm going to submit you to agencies.
Yeah.
And then that didn't work out either. So I think I'm just not that good at posing for photos, really.
It's hard.
I'm fine. I'm also fine with not
Yeah,
doing
if
that.
you're
I
good,
think.
then whatever.
Yeah. I've never really had an urge to model for stuff. I've had the urge to be given thousands of dollars
I have that
Naturally,
urge
yeah.
every
to stand
day.
around. That would be nice, but
Yeah.
it takes more than that, unfortunately.
Such a shame.
Yeah.
Alistair, thank you so much for adding Birdcore to your podcast appearance list.
Thank you for having me. This has been one of my favorites.
Thanks,
Aw,
man. That's so sweet.
Such a nice compliment.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's the best birthday gift ever.
Aw.
Before we do wrap up, though, please tell the people what you got going on and everything, where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to be on tour probably when this comes out. So you can catch me in Waterloo, Windsor, Detroit, Guelph. I think I'm going to do a show in Toronto at the end of August. And then I'm going to be in, I think, Austin, Indianapolis, Atlanta, Raleigh,
Wow.
North Carolina. I'm going to be in Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, and I have my big shows at the end of the year, Victoria and Vancouver. Those shows are getting close to sold out, which feels amazing.
Homecoming.
Yeah, those will be in December. Oh, and Seattle and Portland in December too.
That's some
Beautiful.
awesome.
Kind of all over the friggin' North America. It's gonna be sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And your tell the people your social medias.
Alistair Ogden.
And
If
we'll-
you just Google me, like we said before,
Yeah.
I'm the only one. So
Yeah.
you Google me, I'm the whole front page.
Yes.
Literally,
It's awesome.
I did that when I was doing research.
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. I'm going to try to get my YouTube up and running. I had the idea today to maybe do some kind of like vlog or tour vlog, something like that. I think I want to do that just to challenge myself. So
That'd
now
be
that I've
cool.
said it on podcast, I need to do that. So
Right.
I'm going to do at least one tour vlog. Check it out on YouTube.
That's
Fun.
awesome. People
Yeah.
love seeing that stuff, like the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
They love seeing that. So
It's fun.
you should
Should
do that.
do it.
That'd be
Okay.
awesome.
And you should
Okay.
let us know if you do a show here. We'll
Yeah.
definitely come.
I will. I think it's going to be on August 23rd, which is a Sunday. I'm trying to do
Perfect.
some new jokes.
We'll book it.
Hasn't been confirmed yet by Comedy Bar, but I think that's when it's going to be.
Fun.
Amazing.
Yay.
And for us, you can find us at Birdcore Show on Instagram and on TikTok, and at Birdcore on YouTube. And I'm Sam, and that's Sham, and that's Alistair. And we love you, Core Gang. It's the second episode now. I'm saying Core Gang.
Core Gang.
Core Gang.
Or should we call it like the flock because it's bird?
That's cute too.
We'll figure it out.
Hashtag Core Gang. Hashtag the
A/B
flock.
test
Right?
it.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but flock's not good right now. Not to get it more into dystopian.
Why?
Oh, really?
Flock cameras. You heard about this?
What
We
is
don't
that?
have- we were so close to ending the podcast.
What is that? What's a flock camera?
It's like CCTV cameras that
Fly?
track you by your face.
Oh. And they're just out and about?
They're putting them into cities all over North America. Yep.
Maybe we should stay in Portugal.
Watch out, bird Core Gang.
Watch out, flockers.
Yeah.
Meet the
Meet the
flockers.
flockers.
Meet the flockers.
I like that.
Oh, God. Maybe that'll be the title of this episode. Sham, any last words? I always like to give you the last word because I think
Yes.
it's polite because you're a lady.
Thank you so much for coming here after 8 days abroad. We really appreciate that. It was an amazing episode. Thank you to all the viewers for watching, and everyone wish Sam a happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, did
That's
my
all.
mic cut out? Oh, no.
Love y'all.
Okay, I'm going to go out on my favorite thing to do, which is just spam the thing here.
Yay.
Okay, here we go. And Kirby, next time we'll get the video note. We love you anyway, though. All right, here we go.
Coconut water.
Coconut water.
Both of us needed the last word, right? Bye.